They said no one ever left a Khan village and truly escaped it. Not in spirit, not in faith, and certainly not in success. But Samuel didn't believe in village myths. Samuel was not like the others. While his friends were content with farming and small trade, Samuel had something dangerous inside him: ambition. "I won't die here," he used to say. People would laugh, some would shake their heads, but one person never laughed: Uncle Peter. Uncle Peter wasn't really his uncle, just a family friend so close he had become blood without sharing it. He was respected in the village, wise, generous, always ready with advice. When Samuel's father died, it was Uncle Peter who stepped in. "I will guide the boy," he said, and guiding he did. When Samuel finished school, he came to Uncle Peter first. "I found a program in the city," Samuel said excitedly. "They are offering training. After that, I can get a job." Uncle Peter nodded slowly. "That is good," he said. "Very good." But then he added gently, "Opportunities in the city are not always what they seem." Samuel hesitated. "You think I shouldn't go?" Uncle Peter smiled. "I didn't say that. I only said, be careful." Samuel went anyway. The city opened its arms to him at first. He passed the entrance test. He was selected. Everything was working until the final stage, a simple verification process. Routine, but somehow something went wrong. "We have a report here," the officer said, frowning. "It says you are involved in misconduct back home." Samuel's heart dropped. "That's impossible." The officer shrugged. It came from someone credible. Samuel returned home confused, frustrated, but not defeated. "Maybe it's just bad luck," he told himself. Months later, another chance came, a business opportunity. A friend in a nearby town needed a partner. Samuel kept it quiet this time. He told no one except Uncle Peter. "You are growing," Uncle Peter said proudly. "I always knew you would." Samuel smiled. "This time it will work." Uncle Peter nodded. "Yes, this time." It didn't. 2 days before the agreement, the deal collapsed. The partner disappeared. No explanation, no warning, just gone. Something inside Samuel began to crack. This wasn't normal. It couldn't be. Every step forward pulled back. Every open door shut. That night, Samuel sat outside, staring into the darkness. Uncle Peter joined him quietly. "You look troubled," he said. Samuel let out a dry laugh. "Everything I try fails." Uncle Peter nodded slowly. "Not everything is meant for us." Samuel turned to him. "But how do you explain it? Every single time?" Uncle Peter placed a hand on his shoulder. Firm, heavy. "Sometimes," he said softly, "the place you are trying to leave does not want to let you go." Those words stayed with Samuel, echoing, unsettling. Days later, Samuel made a decision. He would leave again. This time, without telling anyone. No goodbyes, no discussion. Just go. That night he packed quietly. The village slept, or so it seemed. As he stepped outside, a strange feeling crept over him, like eyes watching, like something waiting. Then he saw it, a faint light from Uncle Peter's compound. At this hour, Samuel frowned. Curiosity pulled him closer. The door was slightly open. Inside, the air felt wrong, heavy, thick. Samuel moved silently and peeped through the gap. Uncle Peter stood in the center of the room. But he was not alone. The walls were marked with symbols, the floor covered in ash, and in the ash, names, dozens of them. Samuel's breath caught. He saw familiar names. People who had once tried to leave the village, people who had failed, people who had given up. And then he saw his own name, written clearly and violently crossed out, again and again and again. Samuel stumbled back slightly. A floorboard creaked. Uncle Peter stopped. Slowly, he turned. "Samuel," he said calmly. There was no surprise in his voice, no shock, only acknowledgement. Samuel's chest tightened. "What is this?" he demanded. Uncle Peter stepped closer. The kind, gentle expression was still there, but now it looked different, like a mask. "I was wondering when you would see," he said. Samuel shook his head. No, you've been helping me all this time." Uncle Peter smiled. "Yes, I have." Silence filled the room. Then Samuel's voice broke. "Then why does everything fail?" Uncle Peter's smile widened slightly. Not warm anymore, not kind. Something else, something older. "Because," he said softly, "I made it fail." Samuel felt the world tilt. "What?" Uncle Peter stepped closer. "I guided you. I protected you. I kept you here." "Protected me?" Samuel's voice cracked. "From what?" Uncle Peter's eyes darkened. "From leaving." The air seemed to freeze. "You see," he continued calmly, "this village survives because people stay. Because they don't outgrow it. Because they don't become more." Samuel shook his head, backing away. "You ruined my life." Uncle Peter tilted his head. "No, I preserved it." The shadows in the room seemed to shift. "Move. Listen. I have done this before," Uncle Peter said quietly. For years." Samuel's voice dropped to a whisper. "Why me?" Uncle Peter's smile returned, cold, certain. "Because you are the one most likely to escape." The light flickered. The names on the ground seemed to stretch, twist. Samuel turned and ran, out of the house, out of the compound, into the night. By morning, he was gone. No one saw him leave. No one knew where he went. The village returned to normal, as it always did. People asked questions. They searched. They wondered. But Uncle Peter only sighed gently. He had too many dreams, he said. Sometimes that is dangerous. And life went on, quiet, controlled, unchanged. Because in Akan village, nothing truly changed, nothing truly escaped, nothing truly grew. And no one ever questioned the man who was always here to help, always there to guide, always there to keep things the way they were. Because no one would ever believe the truth, not about him, not about the failures, not about the invisible chains, the truth that sat quietly in the center of it all. Uncle Peter is a wizard.